So today we are starting with the new chapter, Skewness. Now, before we try to understand that what exactly is skewness, I have given a extra sum over here. So you all please write this, and I want you all to find the mean, median, and the mode for this. Okay. So xi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fi is 1, 3, 6, 10, 6, 3, 1. Okay. Now, in order, and the total is 30. So, in order to find a mean, okay, you need Fi, Xi. In order to find a median, you need CFI, cumulative frequency, okay, and mode. I'll find mode. Mode is the variable with the highest frequency. So mode is already 10, we know. So let's find out Fi Xi. So Fi into Xi, okay. So 3 2s are 6 and 6 3s are 18 and so on and so forth. And the total. So total comes to 120. Okay, let's find out CFI. So dhyan do please. CFI is 1, then 1, 1 ka 1, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 6, 26, 29 and 30. So this 30 and this 30 should be equal, should match. Now, let's find out mean, median and mode for this. So, mean is equal to sigma Fi Xi upon n, which is 120 upon 30, which is equal to 4. Median is equal to value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. So, which is equal to value of 15.5th observation. So, which is equal to 15.5 will come in this 20. So, which is again 4. So, which is 4. And mode is a variable with the highest frequency. So, which is equal to, again, highest frequency is 10. So, variable with highest frequency is again 4. So, in this data over here of Xi and Fi, what we can see is that mean is equal to median, which is equal to mode. This is what we can see over here. Now, please try to understand this thing. Now, if I draw a graph where I take you have x-axis and you have y-axis. So this is x where we write the variables. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then frequency. On the y-axis, we write frequency from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now if I start drawing a a graph over here by plotting them. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 4, 10, 5, 6, 6, 3, and 7, 1, we will get, and then we join the dots. So we will get a bell-shaped curve. Okay, so now when I join this plots over here, you will get a curve which is of a bell shape. So this is a bell-shaped curve where at the peak, at the centermost point, okay, so this is over here, say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the centermost on x-axis over here. At this point, your mean, which is equal to median, which is equal to mode. So you can see over here, mean equal to median equal to mode. Now, in case if you go and find out Q1 and Q3, okay, let's find it out. Q1 is equal to value of n plus 1 by fourth observation, which is equal to value of 30 plus 1 divided by 4. So 31 divided by 4 is 7.75th observation. So Q1 is equal to 7.75 will come in 10. So Q1 is equal to 3. You can write it over here.
सर हम खबर ना पड़िया कि 3 कैड ना आयो
See, value of Q1 is value of n plus 1 upon fourth observation. So n is 30 plus 1, 31 divided by 4. Take a calci and do it. You will get 7.75th observation. So see the column CFI. Say fourth observation will come over here. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth will come in this 10. So 7.75 will come over here. So this will be your Q1. Got it now?
Yes sir, got it.
Now Q3, you all also have to do this, okay? Just don't be an audience. Value of n, 3 in the bracket, n plus 1 by fourth observation, which is equal to 31 into 3 divided by 4. Value of 23.25th observation. So which will come in 26. So this will be Q3. So Q3 is equal to 5. So now you can see Q1 is 3, median is 4, and Q3 is 5. So somewhere over here, I'll draw a line. This will be Q1 and this will be Q3. So you can see over here, from median, Q1 and Q3 are at same distance. So over here, in this distribution, in this frequency distribution, stop writing, pay attention please. In this frequency distribution, what we can say is that first, mean is equal to median, which is equal to mode. Then Q3 minus M is equal to M minus Q1. So Q3 is 5 minus 4 is equal to 4 minus 3. 5 minus 4, which is 4 minus 3. So LHS is equal to RHS. Over here 4 is equal to 4 is equal to 4. So you can see these two characteristics of this frequency distribution. At the same time, the third one is it is a bell-shaped curve. It is a bell-shaped curve. Now, what we can say for such a distribution? Such a distribution is known as a symmetric frequency distribution. But you will say, कि, sir, this chapter is not about symmetric. The name of the chapter is skewness. Then why we are studying symmetric frequency distribution, which is a bell-shaped curve where mean equal to median equal to mode, Q3 minus M is equal to M minus Q1, and this graph is also a bell-shaped curve. So ध्यान दो please all of you. So this is a symmetric distribution. Then what is skewness? Skewness is, let me write, skewness right over here. Skewness is equal to lack of symmetry. Lack of symmetry means कि अगर it is not, mean is not equal to median, which is not equal to mode, or Q3 minus M is not equal to M minus Q1, it is not a bell-shaped curve, we say that frequency distribution, yani distribution like this, Xi, Fi, class Fi, is known as a skewed frequency distribution. I'll write the word, okay, skewed. Skewed means it is not symmetric, or skewness is equal to lack of symmetry. Now, if I say there is no skewness, skewness is equal to 0, it means it is a symmetric frequency distribution. But if it is not a symmetric frequency distribution, then we say it is a skewed frequency, skewed, okay, skewed frequency distribution. So what is skewness? Skewness is lack of symmetry. Now, skewness can be of two types. One, first we'll talk of positive skewness. First, we'll talk of positive skewness. Now, in positive skewness, okay, because it is not symmetric, so it means there is some element of skewness. So skewness can be positive, skewness can be negative. So first, let me draw a diagram of skewness. Okay. Now, over here, you can see over here, okay, here the slope is rising and then it is moving towards the right hand side. Okay, so this is a diagram of a positive skewed distribution. Now what are its characteristics? First let me write the characteristics, then we will plot it in the graph. Your mean is greater than median, greater than mode. So mean is the highest, mean greater than median, greater than mode. So let's check it out, how they look. So let's say here is the mean, here is the median, and here somewhere is the mode. Then second, Q3 minus M, you can write in bracket, is greater than M minus Q1. Q3 minus M is greater than M minus Q1. Okay, Q3 minus M. So Q3 over here minus M. So this area Okay, and over here somewhere Q1, and this area. So Q3 minus M, this to this, is lesser than M minus Q1. So this is basically a positive skewed data, and write the third characteristics of this. The third one is the tail is elongated to right. You can see right hand side the tail is going, okay? The tail is elongated to the right. Now, let's go for negative skewness. So this is 1 and this is 2. Now in negative skewness, let me draw the diagram. You can see the tail is moving towards the left hand side. Okay, the tail is elongated to the left hand side. So in this case, we write the characteristics. So first one is mean is less than median, less than mode. So mode is the lowest and mean is the highest. Second, ऐसे क्वेश्चन शबरी के पेपर में भी था. Okay. Second is Q3 minus M is less than M minus Q1. And the third one, the tail is elongated towards left. Now let's plot it. Mean is less than median and less than mode. So mode is the highest. So mode, let me write somewhere over here. This is your mode. And this is your median. And let's say this is the mean. And Q3 minus M is less than M minus Q1. So let's say this is Q1. Let's change the color. Q1 minus M minus Q1. Okay. So Q3 minus M is less than, so let's say this is Q3. Q3 minus M is less than M minus Q1. So this area is lesser than this area. So second condition, and you can see the tail moving towards the left. Okay. So please draw the diagram and write. Okay, these three are the characteristics of positive skewness, negative skewness. They can come in exam, very important. You have to draw the diagram, do the plotting, and write all the three. Okay, important for theory. Please do the needful. Now see, a very interesting thing you should know, if you want to find skewness, okay, if it's a symmetric distribution, then by all these measures and by drawing a graph, you can find out. But if it is a positive or a negative skewness, then in order to compare, we should know how much positive, how much negative, what is the extent of skewness. And for that, we have to use some formulas. So various formulas are given by two different statisticians, which is there in our syllabus as of now. First one, what we are going to study, please write along with me, is Carl Pearson. Carl Pearson's formula. Now, Carl Pearson formula for skewness. Now for skewness we use the symbol small sk. Okay, but skewness small sk is a absolute measure. So we cannot use for comparison. For comparison, we always use coefficient. So we find out coefficient of skewness, which is a relative measure. All coefficients are relative measure. Now over here, in coefficient of skewness and skewness, what are the formulas? So formulas are very simple. Skewness, Sk, is equal to x bar minus mode. The formula is very simple. X bar minus mode, that is skewness. But coefficient of skewness, I just forgot to mention, coefficient of skewness, relative measure, is denoted by small j. Okay. So coefficient of skewness, j is equal to x bar minus mode upon S. So that is the formula. Now S is the standard deviation. So you know all the measure what I've written over here. You know how to find out mean, how to find out mode, how to find out standard deviation. But then there is a problem over here. The problem is that this mode measure, okay, in case if mode is ill-defined. Ill-defined means what? We have already seen this in measure of central tendency. Ill-defined means first more than one mode, or more than one modal class. Second, irregular frequency distribution. Irregular frequency distribution means what? That if you make a graph of it, you will get a graph like this, not a graph like this. Okay, so it's very irregular. You have two frequencies 2, 3, 8, 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, 8, something like that. Okay, it's irregular. Then third, unequal class length. Unequal class length, so if it's unequal, we can't use this normal formula for mode. And fourth, partial, discrete, and partial continuous. So in all these four cases, we say mode is ill-defined. So in that case, what we have to do is, in that case, mode is equal to 3m minus 2x bar. So this becomes the formula for mode what we have seen. Now we substitute this over here or over here, and let's see what happens. So let's do skewness is equal to x bar minus, what is mode now? 3m minus 2x bar, which is equal to x bar minus 3m minus minus plus 2x bar, which is equal to 3x bar minus 3 m, which is equal to 3 in the bracket. We take 3 common, x bar minus m. So skewness is equal to 3 in the bracket x bar minus m, and coefficient of skewness j is equal to 3 x bar minus m upon s, which is standard deviation. So in case if mode is ill-defined, then you have to go for this formula. Okay, so we will be doing a section E, question 8. Let's read the question. The following information is available about defective staplers after testing 50 packets of 500 stapler each. Find coefficient of skewness using Pearson's method. So let's write the question. X and frequency F . 26, 5, 18, 10, 8, 4, 2, 2, 1. Now we do the total. Total is equal to 50. N is equal to 50. Now over here we have to use coefficient of skewness using Pearson method. So we have to find out mean, we have to find out mode, and we have to find standard deviation. So first let's write the formula so that we know what we have to find out. So coefficient of skewness j is equal to x bar minus mode upon s, standard deviation. Now over here you have to find out mean, you have to find out mode, and we have to find out standard deviation. So for mode we can directly find out that mode is with the highest frequency, that is 20, but for mean and standard deviation we will have to do the calculation. I suggest we go for shortcut method only. D is equal to x I minus assume mean. We can take 20 as assume mean, okay, because it has the highest frequency. So we can take 20. You can also take 22 if you want. Okay, if you want 22, let's take 22. Okay, 22. We take this. Okay, and then we will have to find out Fi di and then Fi di square. So Fi di square. Okay, because we have to find the standard deviation. So D, if we take this, then 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now Fi into Di. So minus 15. Because I'm using Excel, I'll use the formula. You do it manually. Minus 43. Please check it out. Now Fi di square is equal to what? Fi di into di. So let's do the calculation and do the total. So 173. I'll just wait for you all. Please check the totals and all. Now over here, we have to find out mean, we have to find out mode, and we have to find standard deviation. So first let's find out mean. So X bar mean is over here A plus sigma Fi di upon N. Because we are using a shortcut method over here, so A is equal to, so mean is equal to A is 20, we have taken, I'm sorry, A is 22, this is the assumed mean, 22. Now FIDI is minus 43, so plus in the bracket minus 43 upon N is 50. So take calculator, 22 minus 43 divided by 50 is 0.86. Therefore, mean is equal to minus 0.86, 21.14. So this is mean. Then mode. Mode is equal to directly highest frequency is 18. So this is going to be your mode. So directly I write 18. Now standard deviation. Those who have trouble with standard deviation, please pay attention. Okay. Now standard deviation is equal to sigma Fi di square upon n minus sigma Fi di.
20 होगा.
Oh,
सर मोड 20
20 आएगा. ओके
More than 20 होगा ना.
ओके गलती से मिस्टेक हो गया. So mode is equal to variable with the highest frequency. So mode is equal to 20. Now standard deviation is equal to sigma Fi di square upon n minus sigma Fi di upon n the whole square and the whole under root. Now over here, standard deviation is equal to sigma Fi di square is 173 upon n. N is 50 minus 43 by 50 the whole square and the whole under root, which is equal to 173 divided by 50, 3.46 minus 0.86 square, which is 0.7396 under root, which is equal to under root of 2.7204 under root, which is equal to 1.6493, so 1.65. So standard deviation is equal to 1.65. Now we have got mean, we have got mode, we have got standard deviation. So you come to the formula. So coefficient of skewness is equal to mean, which is 21.14 minus mode, which is equal to 20, and upon standard deviation, which is equal to 1.65. So which is equal to 0.6909. So 0.69 answer. Now, if you are asked to interpret, then here you have to interpret that it is a positively skewed data because the answer what you are getting is in plus, is positive number. If it is negative, then it's a negatively skewed data. If it is positive, then it's a positively skewed data. Please do the needful. Now, this sum is an important sum for your exam. Okay, the frequency distribution of sale of notebook from a stationery shop in the month of June for the year 2014 is as follows. Find the coefficient of skewness using Carl Pearson's method. Now, already it is given we have to use Carl Pearson method, but which one? Because there are two methods of Carl Pearson. One is a normal one where mode is defined and other is where the mode is ill-defined. So let's check this out, how the sum is and what formula we have to use. So first let's write the given information, x and number of days, frequency, fi. Okay. Now, as you can see, the data is in descending order. So it is 30, 25, 21, 20, 18, 16, 15, 12. So first you have to make it in order. So you start with 12, then 15, then 16, then 18, then 20, then 21, then 25, then 30. Okay, frequency. Sorry, 12 के सामने 3 है. So 12 के सामने 3, then 2, then 7, then 4, then 3, then 7, then 2, then 2. Now over here you can see that the data is 3, 2, 7, then 4, 3, again 7, then 2, 2. At the same time, you can see it's irregular also and mode is also not, you cannot find mode because you can see 7 and 7 coming here twice. So let's do the total first. So total is 30. Now, let's write the formula first. Coefficient of skewness J is equal to 3 in the bracket x bar minus m upon s. So upon standard deviation. So over here, d is equal to x minus 18. So 0, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 6. And over here 2, then 3, then 7, and then 12. So this is what D is, okay? Then Fi di, Fi into di, Fi into di. Titi, you can help me with the total. Is it correct? 27 now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fi di square, which is equal to FIDI into DI. Total 615. And because we have to find the median, CFI, cumulative frequency. I'll highlight this. So it is 3, 3 into 5, 5 and 7, 12, 12 and 4, 16, 16 and 3, 19, 19 and 7, 26, 26, 28 and 30. So this 30 should match. Now let's find out mean. A plus sigma FIDI upon n, which is equal to 18 plus 27 upon 30 is equal to 18 plus 0.9. So mean is equal to 18.9 dozen. Is it okay, Titi?
Yes.
Okay. So mean is 18.9. Median is equal to value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation, which is equal to value of 15.5th observation. So 15.5th observation will come in 16. So median is also equal to 18. So median is equal to 18 dozen. Now standard deviation is equal to sigma FIDI square upon n minus sigma FIDI upon n the whole square and the whole under root. Which is equal to 615 upon 30 minus 27 by 30 the whole square, the whole under root, which is equal to 615 divided by 30, 20.5 minus 27 divided by 30, 0.81, which is 19.69, which is equal to 4.43. Is it so? So 4.437. So therefore standard deviation is equal to 4.44. So now we have standard deviation, we have median, and we have mean. So let's go to coefficient of skewness and apply it in the formula. 3 in the bracket 18.9 is the mean, minus median is 18, median is 18 dozen, upon standard deviation 4.44, which is equal to 3 into 0.9 upon 4.44, which is equal to 2.7, 2.4.44, which is equal to 0.608, which is equal to 0.61. Therefore, J is equal to 0.61. Answer. Are you getting the answer 0.61?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Chalo, badhiya. Okay, so please be a bit careful, okay, when you go for DI. Now DI normally is 0, -1, -2, -3. If here the difference is uniform, that is 1. But if that is not the case, then you have to be careful. Now, can we use Fi Xi instead of Fi? It seems more easy. Yes, you can use. Okay, you can use Fi Xi also, Fi Xi square also, and find the standard deviation. Okay, but then you will have to use Fi Xi square. So you will have to do square of x as well. So you can do that formula also. If you're comfortable with that formula, doesn't matter. Okay. But still, check with your school teacher if they are okay with that, because they have to check the paper. And if their expectation is that you have to use this particular method only, then don't take chances. So everyone has done this. So that's it. Now